Hi guys, welcome back to England Rugby Analyst. I know I've been away for ages, but there hasn't been anything going on. You might have noticed someone next to me. I thought we'd make it a bit more interactive and get some more guys involved. This is Alex. I can say hello?
Oh, hi. You alright?
Don't have to. It's fine. He's into rugby like me, player, coach, fan, into the England rugby team, and there's been quite a few interesting developments recently, so we thought we'd make a preview of these autumn internationals and just summarise where England are going. I mean, I think just to start off with, Alex, I think they've got a great opportunity here. They're number 2 in the world, and they could cement themselves. After these internationals, they could be absolutely the number 2 team in the world.
I think you look at the last 12 months, and since Eddie Jones has come in, they've been the form side in world rugby. Obviously, you discount New Zealand as probably the best for the longest period of time, but I think up and coming England are definitely on that upward curve. I think if the RFU can get its contract until 2019, which there is talk about, I think that puts them in an even better position going forwards, personally. Absolutely.
I think there's a big opportunity, Alex, actually, because South Africa's in a bit of turmoil. Their performances haven't been great. I don't think they're actually in as much trouble as the press say they are, but they just don't like losing. Australia, I think, are in a bit of problems. They're fighting so hard against football, Aussie rules, rugby league, and they're losing. And also they haven't been performing great. So I think they're in a bit of crisis, actually.
I don't think they're getting the crop of players Australia through that they necessarily need to keep them competitive with everybody else. If you look at them compared to the English, to the Irish, we're getting that younger crop of players coming through all the time, whereas Australia's strength and depth is pretty weak.
Definitely. I mean, it goes in cycles. I think just at the moment they're not a world-beating side, and they love winning. And just the fact they're not quite competitive at the moment is killing them.
No, I agree.
So England have to take advantage of that.
Hugely.
Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the team we think should start the first test. And then we're going to have a little discussion. I haven't seen this team yet, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes up. Now, there's obviously been a few injuries. So before we go into the team, actually, let's just quickly chat about those injuries. Sam Jones. Out.
Not a massive problem for me.
Okay.
Looking at the tournament, he's had a good start to the season, but he's a future one. I don't think when Haskell's back fit, I don't think he gets a look in personally. So one for the future, I think, but not for the moment.
Possibly, but this comes on to when we get to the flankers, we'll see the problem it actually throws up a little bit. But there's that problem with using judo as a training method. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is.
England have them contracted as such, so they have an agreement, with the Premiership clubs that means they have them for longer and they can do what they want with them. And this sort of thing is going to happen, but it's that sort of injury in training really hurts the clubs.
It does. It does. And that's where I think you need to start thinking about the arguments for centrally contracted players rather than being released to clubs all the time. It works in certain sports, but it doesn't necessarily work for all.
Well, it works in New Zealand big time. I just think it's too late. We've sold our soul to the financial devil, and like in football, it's too late for central contacts, I think. But that would be one way around it, but at the moment the clubs agree to release the players to England, and this sort of thing will happen. And the one that really got me though was Anthony Watson breaking his jaw in training, which is again a massive issue. That really hit me hard.
It's a big blow because again he's been one of the form wingers for us in the last 12-16 months really. The trouble for me is there's not many people coming through at the moment.
Well, we'll start with the back three, and I think that with Watson being out now, I think that turns a good back three into a bit of an internationally average back three.
No, I agree.
So, go on, what's your back three?
I've gone with Brown. Would have gone with Watson, but I think you're going to 15. Brown at 15.
You would have gone with Watson at 15.
No, I would have gone Brown at 15. I would have gone with Watson on the wing, but obviously with his injury, I'll probably lump with Jack Nowell. There's nothing wrong with Jack Nowell, don't get me wrong, but he's your Mr. Consistent, isn't he? I think in terms of does everything
I think he's got a bit of X factor. He's got a step. He's got he jinks, he ducks, he weaves. It's his defence that has been the issue, really.
Yeah.
For me, his actual tackling technique has been suspect on occasions against the really good wingers.
Yeah. And then I've gone Rokoduguni on the other wing.
Of course you have.
The Bath man for me.
Yeah.
I think he's got the biggest X factor in the Premiership alongside Christian Wade. I think both of those two players, and if you feel the same, they've been probably two of the most unlucky players in English rugby, really. So much potential, so much talent, but
absolutely
been overlooked for reasons unknown.
I mean, I agree with that back three. Possibly, apart from Rokoduguni in a way, I would have gone for Wade as a bit of an X factor. He's not even in the EPS, so I think he actually has more attacking potential than Rokoduguni, but he would be targeted big time on the international stage. Wade.
Yeah.
They would high bomb him. They would put big guys at him.
Yeah.
And it would only take him to leak one match-winning try to the opposition for everyone to be saying, "Why did you do that?" So,
I agree.
Yeah, Rocco's fine. I still think Johnny May's got the most potential out of all of them.
Yeah.
But he hasn't played for ages.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's true. I think Alex Good's unlucky to miss out in my team.
Yeah.
And again, with him and Brown, competition at 15 is superb, but you feel unlucky for whichever of them is missed out, really.
So I'd probably actually agree now that Watson's out. I'd probably go with your back three, but I wouldn't feel like it's a lethal, dangerous, top international back three at the moment. So that does hurt me a bit.
Yeah.
Centres then?
I've gone Joseph at 13.
Yeah.
And Slade at 12 for me.
Slade at 12. Slade, that's exciting, isn't it? Slade and Joseph.
Yeah.
Creativity. You got running. Got every kicking. Got everything.
Yeah.
I'm still going Ben Teo at 12. Okay. To start.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a chance. Now we're both assuming Farrell's not going to be ready to play, are we?
Well, it's a tricky one for me. I think I wouldn't necessarily play him in the first couple of games just because I wouldn't think he's match fit, match ready. But I can see if they do go with Farrell at 12, I can see their reasoning behind it. Yeah. But for me, he wouldn't be match ready, so I'd leave him out for the first game or two.
You're right. I think Eddie Jones really likes him, and if he is fit, I think he may well start.
Yeah.
But luckily, Ford's playing so well at 10. I'm taking it you're gone for Ford.
I've gone for Ford.
Jump in the gun there. Okay. He's playing so well, I think you can not play Farrell at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. I just think Ben Teo's started off the Premiership like an absolute storm, real powerhouse, which is what we've been missing, and we just need that option. I'm not saying...
true.
He starts every game, but we need to know if he can do it at international level. So, I'd put him in there.
Okay.
So we said Ford at 10.
Yeah.
Easy?
Yeah, easy. I think Danny Cipriani's unlucky to miss out. He would have been my my backup option at 10, just for his sheer creativity. But for him to not even be in the kind of EPS squad, there's got to be something else.
Something else.
For me.
Now, what Jones has said actually is he thinks Cipriani's like the alpha male type, and if he's not number one, he's basically not going to be good for the group to be in there at all.
Yeah.
So that's his reason. Whether that's the truth or not, whether it's he just doesn't like his attitude or his defence, we don't know. But there's something he's not sure about. There we go. Scrum half.
For me, English rugby at 9. That's where I tend to play. Is a really exciting period. Really, I think you've got any number of 6 options that you could go with as your starting line.
What's your 6?
Well, I've gone for 4 in the squad.
6. Okay.
But there are a couple who I would say are on the fringe of that main 4. So for me, you've got Simpson, who I'd probably start with if it was up to me, and then Youngs, Robson, and Kerr for me are the other 3 that are massively pushing.
I mean, that's interesting because Simpson, out of those, I would say is actually in the last of the pecking order at the moment.
Yeah.
But you prefer him. Your pace?
Yeah, pace, and I think his delivery is quicker.
Okay.
Youngs takes a good 2 seconds to actually release the ball off the back of a ruck. Simpson's got a much quicker release off when the ball's ready to go for me. So
yeah, I mean, I'm very similar to you. I'd probably say Robson now. Actually, I've actually changed my mind in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
I'd have probably maybe Robson and Simpson on the bench. I just think Wasps are just tearing it up.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely tearing it up. And Youngs and Kerr are playing well, but not setting the world alight. So
yeah, no, I agree.
I'd go as controversial as that. Start Robson and have Simpson on the bench.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then you've got Wigglesworth as your safety option.
Yeah.
With decent boot, tactically very aware.
Yeah.
There are six. There are probably 6 of them that are knocking around.
Who's the 6 then? You said 5. I'm not going to let you get away with this.
I can't remember the lad's name.
You can't say that sort of thing.
The other one's Ben Youngs at Leicester.
Well, you said
I can't
him
think
twice.
what his name
twice,
is.
didn't you?
The blonde guy.
Not Ben Spencer from
Could be
Saracens?
Spencer. Yeah, Spencer.
Goal kicking Spencer.
Yeah.
There you are. I bailed you out there.
He's done well.
Okay, we're working backwards here, but we're starting so we've finished. Right, number 8.
Easy, Vunipola, Billy for me.
Yep.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, yeah, he's an absolute monster. He's playing great. He's improved massively last year, full of confidence, and there isn't really anyone else at that level yet.
No, I think the ability for him to last 80 minutes now,
He can do that now.
Look at 12 months ago, he would have been 60 minutes blowing.
Big
so
time.
now he can last the 80. I think he's a world beater for me.
No, he's a real ace in the pack.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 and 7, real tricky. I'll say mine first.
Okay, yeah.
Just to get in there first for once. I think Rob Shaw's at 6 is quite a safe bet.
Yeah.
Still doesn't set the world alight for me, but he's so solid, such a great performer.
Yeah.
Goes through a mountain of work, experience. I think you have to go there.
Yeah.
7 is the problem in the England team, isn't it?
It's where we disagree.
It's where we disagree. And the way I think is actually positive is Eddie Jones has realised there is no answer at the moment. There is no open side he can see at a decent age to step up. I think there's some youngsters coming on, but in 2 years' time for the World Cup, it's just too early.
Yeah.
So he's actually said publicly, stuff this, we'll have the big ball-carrying 6, we'll just smash the opposition.
Yeah.
And the rumours are he's going to start at Toji at 7. Now, I like that excites me, but I would have gone for Guy Thompson at 7.
Yeah.
Tearing it up for Wasps, not a traditional 7, but absolutely on form, an absolute monster. But he's not even in the EPS.
No.
So that's irrelevant. So I guess I'll go with a Toje, but I would have gone Thompson. But what?
I've gone with Ben Morgan. Or you've got Hughes at Wasps as well.
So literally, if they look like an 8, they'll get in at 7. Yeah.
For me, I think it's the extra ball carrying option. I think Rob Shaw, he does offer going forwards momentum, but
steady go forward.
It's a bit. I prefer his work rate around the park, and I'd have another big ball carrier on the pitch as well as Billy Vunipola.
I mean, Morgan's a massive shout. I don't think we'll ever see that done on the pitch, but it's exciting.
It's a left field call. I think it's something a bit different.
Left field. Comment below if you like that or if you've got another option. I mean, I think I'm just going a Toji at 7 just because I love the idea so much. I just want to see it. I just want to see it as kind of a freak show sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just let him off the leash. His head's out of the front row and he can just go. So
talk about a world-class player. Yeah. Get him in where he's going to make an effect on the game.
So England have kind of axed the open side, traditional open side, and they're just putting in a fantastic player.
And if all else fails, you play your second 8 at 7.
Okay, right, we'll do that. Okay, 4 and 5, second rows.
I'd initially gone with Cruz and Atoje, but I think Launchbury or Laws could slot into that second row position if Atoje's playing 7 for them.
No problem. Loads of depth there. You've got Atwood floating around, you've got other locks floating around. It makes sense. There's class in the front 5, so push it into the back row if we're struggling. It's not, ideal, but it's strong, it's scaring. I'll go with that. Cruz and Launchbury. Cool.
I got Cole at 3.
Of course.
I think he's pretty nailed on, isn't he, last few years?
Really stepped up, consistent performer, leader. For sure. Other side of the scrum?
I've gone with Brooks.
Your man Brooks. So you've gone for the bulk again.
I've gone for the big lad.
You're just going for a world record, the heaviest pack England have ever put out.
I've gone for the big lad primarily because I think Mako makes a bigger difference off the bench than he does when he starts.
That's a fair point.
That for me, I would reserve Mako for your final either half or your final sort of the 20 minutes, half an hour. Mm-hmm. Really give him that impact sub role.
I would do similar, but I would just start Vunipola because I think he really is absolute class at the moment. He proved himself last year. And then for the impact, I'd bring on the youngster Ellis Genge, who I just think's got so much potential.
Yeah,
he needs. If you're going to get him into the World Cup, I think he needs the experience. That excites me. That Vunipola and Ellis Genge as a 1-2, I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
Hookers.
I've gone with Hartley. You can't look too much past Dylan Hartley at the moment.
Well, he's your captain, so
he's your captain.
Can you drop your captain? That's the question.
You can't really, and the way he's performed and he's galvanised that team, I think he's essential, really, isn't he, going forward?
Yeah, he's the heartbeat of that team, and even though I'm guessing, I'm just looking down there, you've got Jamie George.
I have got Jamie George. Unlucky for Jamie George, really. He just happens to be playing where the captain plays.
Yeah, but an injury or something like that, I think he's straight in.
Yeah.
He'd do great.
Yeah, I mean, and another reason for Mako to come off the bench is you come off with two ball handling front rowers with half an hour to go. Two very, very capable with ball in hand.
Absolutely. So there's our teams. Please comment below and put your team that you would start in the autumn internationals. I think our teams are quite scary. They're definitely big ball carrying.
They're big.
Big and physical. Yours is big. Yeah.
Mine's big.
Big and physical. I don't think they're absolute class in the back three. We're not moving it wide particularly dangerously. I don't know. I think we need to find another winger. We need to get our centres sorted and work out this 7 position. I don't mind them going with a big ball carrier if that's the way they're going to go, but they need to make a decision. Yeah,
I think it's going to be quite counter-attacking from the back three. I think open field, broken play.
Yeah, Nolan, that's when we become.
When we become a dangerous side. Sure. Other than that, I think they're very average. I think.
So, prediction for the 4 matches in the autumn?
I think 4 from 4. Personally, we haven't got the Kiwis, which makes a difference.
Lucky.
So
Very lucky.
I'm going 4 from 4, but I think South Africa will be the biggest test for us, I reckon.
Yeah, first up. Absolutely.
That'll be a big test.
Brilliant. Okay, well, if you enjoyed that, guys, please like the video, please subscribe. We'll try and do another one of these after the first game against South Africa, see how close our teams were, and see how well England have done. Please share this with anyone that likes rugby analysis so we can build our subscribers. And until then, we'll see you later. Enjoy your rugby.